Good morning, interwebs. It is very, very late at night, and I'm just now picking up the camera. I was going to pick it up this morning, but it was raining. Oh, we went to the chiropractor, and I was going to bring the camera with us, and I brought the camera, but I never got out to talk to you because it was raining, and I didn't want to get wet. And then I was sitting in the Durango with the kids, and it's really difficult to film in that car without filming the kids, so I didn't. And then by the time we got home, going to the chiropractor was really, really good. I felt a lot better after she adjusted me. Well, I hurt a lot all over when she adjusted me, but that usually means I have issues in different places. And apparently my left hand was like really messed up today, especially like in my thumb. And now it aches, but it actually seems to be moving better. So she did her job. But then we got home and I wasn't feeling super great. I started my period today, and it hit me with a wallop, like it frequently does. I had, like, lower back cramps, and that's not uncommon. I've had those my entire life that I've had my period. But I didn't have the pelvic pain this month, which is also good, but I just felt gross. Like, I was trying to explain to Steve, I said, I felt almost nauseous, but I wasn't nauseous. But, like, I felt really disgusting and, like, nauseous-ish. So I ended up curling up in a ball on the corner of the couch, and I was cold too, so I had like what blankets were on the couch heaped on top of me, and I had my hood pulled up, and I pulled the blankets over my head, and I slept like that for a while. And then Steve was making caramel corn with the boys for lunch, and when they were done with that, Steve's like, do you want to eat with us or not? I'm like, I will. So I woke up, and I ate caramel corn with like my hand sticking out of my little blanket fort. And we watched the rest of The Amazing Race, and then I went back to sleep for another couple hours. Now today my plan had been to like film the podcast and do some other things, and I was like, you can't do those things if you don't feel well. So I prioritized taking a nap, and then I woke up and I felt better, and so I filmed and I edited. And it took a long time for everything to do all the things it has to do for me to make it go on YouTube, and got all that done. And then I felt worse this evening again while I was hanging out with the kids, and I just sat here. I told Steve that to tell him how bad I felt this evening, I didn't do anything. Like, we watched YouTube, but I didn't crochet, I didn't sew, I didn't color. I sat here, I drank tea, drank a little coffee. That was it. And then Steve got up to go to work at like 11:15ish when he gets up, and I was starting to feel a little better. But I was like, okay, as soon as I feel better, I'm going to go to sleep. Well, my 3-year-old was not having any of the going to sleep, and so it was well after 1 before he finally like went to bed. And he kept waking, I didn't want to wake the other ones up, so I kept him down here with me, and he was just kind of sitting. I mean, he wasn't being a pain, he was just up. So, while he was doing that, I'm like, okay, I was feeling a little better. I'm like, I need to do something. So, I started to go through my issues of Crochet World. I know I'd mentioned before that I had subscribed. This is my Christmas present to myself. My something to read was Crochet World. And my goal was to make something out of every issue, because it's worthless to get magazines that have patterns in them and keep them around if you're not going to make things, right? Right. So I've not made something out of every issue. In fact, there's a couple of issues that honestly I don't like a single thing in them. So there's a good chance that at least one of the issues I'm just going to be like, I guess I'm just not making anything out of it, because I think just about everything in it's ugly. But what I did end up making tonight when I was going through, I found there was a, let's see, where's the picture? It's hiding now. There is a baby bonnet and booties in here, which are terribly impractical items. I don't need a baby bonnet or booties. I will eventually attempt to sell them, I'm guessing. But there is a category in our county fair called a baby 2-piece or baby 3-piece set. So here is what the bonnet looks like. And here are what the booties look like. And so I took some of that Bernat Baby Sport pajama party that I have that I previously made a blanket out of. And I made 2 booties and the bonnet. And I just need to, I haven't woven in the ends or anything, but I am now done with all 3 pieces. And I just need to get some of those like little pearl button things. Yeah. They're not really my aesthetic, but I think that they will complete the pattern well, so, and make those items functional. So I need to get some of those. But I did that, and while I was going through, like, one part of the pattern didn't seem right, and a lot of these magazine patterns, I'm not thrilled with the way some of them are written. And I was like, there's something wrong with this. So I'm like, I should go and check if there's errata. And there was an error in it, and I was amazed at how many errors, because, you know, they had, when I looked it up, it came with a page, and in 4 of the patterns, I mean, there's not that many patterns in the issue. So, like, here is all of the things in the issue. So, what do we have? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's like 16 patterns. So 25% of them had errors, and a couple of them had more than one line that had an error. That seems like a lot of errors for a magazine that only comes out, what, every 2 months? So it's not like it's a quick, like, I understand when you're a daily newspaper that more mistakes happen because the editing process is sped up because you're going faster. But that's just ridiculous to me. That seems like too high of an error rate. And I don't know if it was just that issue. I didn't look into the other ones. But I will definitely be checking now, apparently, before I do any of those patterns to make sure there's no errata. So, that's a thing. But I made those, and that was good. And I actually am starting to feel worse again. But I had gotten so close that I was like, oh, I want to finish this. So, now at least I feel accomplished for my evening. All the kids are sleeping peacefully and happily, and I didn't, like, get all upset with them. I just didn't even have the energy for that, so I just kind of ignored the fact that sleep was not happening in the ideal way. And I made some things, and I got my podcast up, which it's over there if you have not seen it yet. The new episode 2 of Hooked by Happenstance Makes Monday is up. And I did what I could do today, and I think I made good choices. Hopefully I will feel better tomorrow, since we are going to Manhattan, because I have an acupuncture appointment, which maybe will help, and we have a few things to get. We need to go to Staples, and I think Menards. Steve put a shelf up for me today, but I don't think you can see it very well in the darkness, so I will show you that tomorrow. And Steve is also going into his days off. He has the next 4 nights off starting tomorrow, so that will be good. Just fun hanging out and stuff. So that is my plan. I think I'm going to head to bed now. It is just after 3 in the morning, and then tomorrow, yeah, we'll have fun times in Manhattan, and hopefully I'm not in too much discomfort. So I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.